crazy part is when I first get to Yellowstone, this is the very first place I touched a tennis racket.
You played at the highest level.
Yeah.
In the highest pickleball event in Southeast Asia, and you had no idea.
Not at all. Even I show up and there's like 150 people in the stands, bro, and they're just streaming it on live television in Vietnam, and I'm like, dude, what is...
What's good, everyone? Welcome to episode 24 of Dink or Swim. My name is Cesar.
My name is Huey.
And my name is Nick.
And welcome back. So today we got a really cool episode. I think this is like a once-in-a-lifetime episode. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to happen like ever again.
Nah, not that special, bro.
I don't know. It's a pretty unique situation. So Nick, we got Nick here in the building. He's going to be traveling to Vietnam. Not just traveling, but moving there, right?
Yeah.
How long are you going to be there for?
I'll be out there for 1 year for now.
1 year for now. So moving to Vietnam for a year to play pickleball professionally. So we'll tap into that. But before we do, how did you get started in pickleball? Like where did that start from? How long have you been playing?
I've been playing for about a year and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah. I started out with, I played a lot of tennis. But about a year and a half ago, my cousin asked me if I wanted to play pickleball, and I kind of gave it a shot. I wasn't really doing anything active at the time, so I tried it out, and I instantly fell in love with it, pretty much like everybody else.
Yeah. So you're from tennis. Your cousin was like, all right, let's try this out.
Yep.
How long were you playing tennis for?
Ooh, since I was 10. So I played for about 12 years.
12 years. Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a long
really
time.
long.
That's a long time.
Long
So it's engraved in your body, like all the footwork, the muscles, the mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming the hand-eye coordination is drilled into your body.
Yeah.
Hand speed, the speed of the ball, like all that is kind of hardwired into you. So naturally, it was an easier transition for you, right?
For sure.
And then, what did you do for tennis? Did you play competitively, or like what did you do in that field?
Actually, I probably played more than 12 years before I was 10. I started out maybe when I was like 6 with my dad, but just like learning the basics of it. Like he would take me to go watch his friends, like him and his friends play, and like when they were done, he would just like throw balls at me and like try to learn how to swing and all that.
Yeah.
But when I was 10, I started playing pretty competitively. I started playing at Bay Club courtside actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was where where it all originated. Played a lot of junior tournaments, a lot of junior team tennis, stuff like that, USTA.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get any like coaching?
Yeah, so my coach, Tim Sunderland, he's not a coach over there anymore, but
At Bay Club?
Yeah, he's the one that pretty much taught me all the fundamentals and, guided me all the way from 10 years old to 18 years old.
Wow. So you've learned pretty much the background of your hand-eye coordination from him.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
For sure.
Was it like a family thing too? Like was your family involved or?
Just my dad. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
just me and my dad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then as far as like the competitive scene goes, now that you've entered the competitive scene in pickleball, is there like a pretty big difference? Like what do you see the differences? Obviously you were younger back then,
Yeah.
right? So it's a little different in that regard, but
I would say they're all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Like you still feel all the pressure, you still get all the jitters before the tournament. As far as competing, you're just pretty much putting everything that you practice into a tournament environment, and you're just competing, so it's pretty much whoever wants it more,
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you can have all the skills and whatnot, but you got to want it more.
Whoever wants it more.
Yeah.
No, I feel that one. For tennis though, since 12 years of your life, more than 12 years of your life, how much of that was actual like practice?
So many hours, bro. I practiced 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
5 days a week, and then tournaments on the weekend. So I was playing tennis pretty much 7 days a week.
And that was consistent.
That was consistent
throughout
from
your
10 to 18 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played a lot.
Okay.
So it was like mainly drilling, and then
It was all drilling.
all drilling for those tournaments.
Mm-hmm. So I drilled a lot, and then we would have like one or 2 days out of the week where we would do like practice matches with all the other juniors at the club. But for the most part, it was a lot of drilling.
And did you do like the same thing with like pickleball now?
Well, not really. I
was gonna ask the same question.
I don't drill for pickleball. Dude.
Really?
I've never drilled once since I've been playing. I've never drilled.
Dang, that's
And-
like the opposite of like some others that we've heard on here, you know? But it's interesting.
I mean, it's probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably would help if I did drill. It's just I haven't had the time over the past year and a half just because of work.
Yeah.
And it's something I did want to start, but just never had the time.
Yeah. And probably like now that you're
Now that I'm doing full time,
yeah,
for sure
it's gonna be part of your and the good news is you have that DNA built into you already. So it's not like you've never I mean, yeah, maybe you haven't technically drilled specifically for pickleball, but you have that DNA of what it takes to win.
Yeah.
So it's like that's an easy transfer, right? And then going into that, so 12 years of tennis, 5 days a week, training, drilling. I'm assuming a lot of conditioning. What was like the main thing that helped you perform at the best level? Was it training on your footwork? Was it training a specific shot? Was it training your breathing? Was there anything that one moment made you realize, okay, this is what has really helped me elevate my game? Or was it like a combination of things?
I feel like it's definitely a combination of things because everything comes into play, right?
Yeah.
But I would say the practice matches definitely helped a lot because that puts you into the mode of like, oh, you're gonna play when you go compete in the tournaments, that's exactly how you should be playing. Is you're supposed to be making the right decisions when you need to and the critical moments, stuff like that. Because when you're drilling, you practice each shot over and over again, but you can miss it and nothing happens to you. You don't.
There's no repercussion.
Exactly.
Right.
But when you're playing a match and a tournament, anything you do that's wrong is gonna hurt you. At the end,
And on the flip side too, anything you do right, there's instant, like you can see the reward on the other end because sometimes, or a lot of times, it's all about not necessarily playing better than someone, but more so making them make a mistake, right? Like you guys are at the same level, I'm assuming at the higher levels, but it's who's able to get that person off balance, who's able to make this person swing just a little too wide so that way you could sneak that shot inside down the middle, right? Or whatever the case may be. And I feel like in those practice matches, you'll have more of that aspect, but you can't really get that from the drill, right?
Yeah, and a lot of it's mental too.
Oh, for sure.
Like I mean that goes with anything in life, but specifically in like sports, I feel like for tennis and pickleball, one of the biggest things is like mental strength.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people don't have that.
Do you think the mental strength is like more of like a negative on yourself or like more of like a positive mental?
I would say for me personally, I probably struggle with like negative on myself.
Like you're too hard on yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm Asian. I grew up with Asian parents.
We're our biggest critics for sure.
Exactly how that goes.
Expectations. And all
You
that.
got an A minus? Oh, hell
Exactly.
no.
How did you miss a forehead?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same way.
Yeah. No, I feel it. I mean, at least you're able to like recognize that, right? And like understanding the mental game is like part of the battle and understanding how you feel about it, how you could kind of overcome your weaknesses or even better, make your strengths even more stronger than they were before. I think that's like the game, right? We're all trying to figure out here.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the reason why this is unique and why I don't think this is ever going to happen again is simply because of how long you've been playing pickleball. How long have you been playing?
Year and a half.
A year and a half. Now, I know, again, 12 years of tennis, obviously, it's like built into your
cheat
body.
code.
Yeah, it's like a cheat code. It's like
thinking
built.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. It's like built into your body. It's like it's DNA, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that. But I mean, still, regardless of that, that's an accomplishment. A year and a half of the sport with minimal drilling. I'm sure you drill a little bit. Not once.
I promise you.
Swear.
I swear. It's only
Is that cap?
rec games.
I saw Nick play like the first few times was at EVC, and no one has time to drill there.
You
So-
can't, right?
So he was always at the challenge court. So I haven't seen it.
That makes sense then. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll give you that. All right.
He's just too good.
But yeah, a year and a half, dude, that is insane. A year and a half, and you're playing at the top level getting scouted in Vietnam, and now they want to bring you on as a professional on their team. Like that's, I know you're probably like, whatever, but like, dude, that's a big accomplishment, man. And like, shout out to you.
Thank you.
So good job. All the years that you've been doing tennis and all that hard work, here's your moment.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like, how do I keep that going? So I was gonna ask you, what was your like driving factor? What was your motivation, back then as a kid? Putting in 5 days a week, going on the weekends to the tournaments. I'm sure your dad had a big part of that.
Yeah.
But was there anything that you told yourself, or like any goals that you set for yourself that made you want to continue pursuing tennis at such a high level and dude, a 10-year-old with that kind of mentality to just grind it out like that? When I was 10, I was freaking
Playing games.
I was playing tetherball and breaking my pinky. Like that's what I was doing. I was playing tetherball, breaking my pinky, or like looking for Pokemon cards. Like that's all I was doing. So like, what was that for you?
Like every kid that plays sports as like they want to become a professional one day. You watch Roger Federer on TV, you watch Djokovic, Nadal, all these guys. You want to be that guy, right? So I think that was it for me at such a young age. And then you get older and you start to realize, like, okay, I'm not going to become Federer, bro.
Yeah. You're like, all
right, let me settle it down. Let me tone it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, at a young age, yeah, for sure, I wanted to be pro. That was always a dream. And then I got older and I started to realize, like, I could use this for college.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the switching point, like another driving factor for me as I got a little bit older. But like as a kid, I loved tennis. Like I just loved it.
You just fell in love with it.
Yeah. That's all I talked about all day. Like I would go to school, like what was it? Middle school. I would go to school in freaking tennis clothes. Because as soon as I got picked up from school, my parents would take me to courtside.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be ready.
Did you watch Prince of Tennis?
I have not yet.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one with Will Smith?
No, it's an anime.
Oh no, I haven't.
It's about You want to explain the story?
You can explain it.
It's just like this kid. He just shows up one day to this like, it's in Japan. It's an anime, and he shows up, starts playing and beating all the varsity team with his left hand.
Yeah.
And then he just goes higher in competition. He's pushing his team, and he starts playing with his right hand and. It becomes like so crazy, but like it pushes a lot of people to learn more about the sport.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was it big in your middle school and high school? Like, did you play for high school too?
So at Indy, I played my freshman year, and I was the best person there. I don't want to sound cocky.
So you're Prince of Tennis over there.
I was the best person there. I was better than the coach, and it would like made no sense to play on the team. Like I kind of just did it to play.
Just to say you did it for your high school, yeah.
But I only played that freshman year, and then that was it.
And then you did your own like personal.
I still played like all the USTA tournaments on my own and juniors and all that.
And how do those tournaments work? So do you have to qualify for those or
no? Not the USTA ones. Pretty much anybody can join, but they have different age brackets. Right? So like a lot of the kids that I grew up playing with, the younger ones, they were pretty good. So we would play in higher age brackets. So like we would have 10-year-olds playing in the 14 and unders, or like 14-year-olds playing in the 18 and unders, stuff like that.
Got it.
So you didn't really need to qualify. The only ones you needed to qualify for were like the big ones, like the big national tournaments.
Did you do any of those?
I played a couple of those. I played a lot of junior team tennis ones. So I've been to like South Carolina, Florida.
Dang.
Yeah, I played a couple of those ones.
So you have that experience, and now how many tournaments have you done for pickleball?
3.
3.
Yeah, the one in Vietnam was my third one.
Huey, how many have you done?
I think more than 20.
Really?
Yeah. And it's so hard to increase my duper. So like, what is your duper now?
And last time I checked, it was 5'8".
5'8".
Damn.
3 tournaments, 1 year, 1.5 years of pickleball. 5'8" cheat code.
I'm paying somebody.
Yeah, Duper. Who do you know from Duper? That's cool though, man. Like, again, that's a testament to your hard work. Maybe you didn't see it back then, but all the grinding that you did, and you're from 10 to 18 is now paying dividends. right? Which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think now that you're entering a higher level of competition, right? You've done that already at the tennis level or in tennis, but now that you're entering a higher level of competition in pickleball, what do you think is the most similar? What are some things that you brought with you from tennis that you feel transitioned very easy? And what were some habits that you had to break that were difficult for you to kind of transition?
Well, so like playing tennis, like if you ask a lot of tennis players that play pickleball now, you can say they have a cheat code, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not a good thing at the same time because I picked up all my shots when I first started playing pickleball were like trying to drive everything as hard as I could and just do everything, you know, crash, all that. I had no soft game, no touch, and even now I still struggle a little bit with that, like dinking and stuff. But like all the ground strokes transition perfectly fine
Yeah.
over. Like my forehand, my backhand slice, all that stuff is like cake in pickleball. And the volleys are
That's there.
yeah.
Yeah.
The only things like I said that didn't really transition over are like the dinks and like the rolls. Sometimes like in tennis you volley with underspin, right? But in pickleball a lot of them are topspin rolls and all that stuff. So I think those are probably the main things that differ.
Is the pace? What do you think about the pace? Because I hear conflicting things, right? I hear on one end tennis is faster, the ball's moving quicker, right? But on the other end, because you're playing this kitchen game and sometimes the battle is quick.
Yeah.
In that essence, that could be faster. What do you think now that you played both at a high level?
The hands battles are definitely quicker in pickleball.
Okay.
Just because you're so much closer to each other.
Right.
You're hitting the ball pretty hard at each other.
Mm-hmm.
But the drives are slower.
Yeah.
Like, especially if one person's at the baseline, one person's at the net. When they're driving at you and you're at the net, in tennis, it comes back. It comes so fast.
Yeah. Just like.
But in pickleball, I feel like I have like a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel like, in some essences, that speed that you've trained your eye with in tennis has helped kind of slow the game of pickleball down for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. That's interesting. Yeah. What do you think, Huey? Like, obviously, you come from badminton. For you, you would say pickleball is probably slower, right?
I would say, similar to like tennis, what Nick said, volleys were really close. So I'm not used to like being in that degree, but when there's like in badminton we can lob, and those are like slower shots.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, I definitely struggle with ground strokes. I'm not used to like seeing anything like hitting the ground, whereas he definitely trumps that area. I remember one day I went to YS and you were playing with Harrison and he's like, all drives, no drops to him. And like, I'm like, dude. And every single time, it's always going like barely an inch over.
Yeah.
That's how
and
accurate
fast,
this guy
pace.
is. Yeah.
And pace is there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So walk me through your progression. So I know we talked a little bit about this off camera before, but so you're playing tennis all the way from 10 to 18, do tournaments. What happened? Like you just stopped or?
Yeah, so I played from all my juniors, 10 to 18, and then I went to college. I went to Foothill. I played 2 years over there, and my main goal was to transfer out to like a UC and play for UC.
The team over there?
Yeah. Yeah. COVID happened for one, and then two.
Oh, shoot, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, that was right around in 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, so COVID happened, and it made getting recruited a little bit harder.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually got into a motorcycle accident too.
Damn.
Yeah, so it kind of went downhill from there.
Yeah. How long were you out for like after the accident?
I would say a good year.
Really?
Yeah.
Like of not like no activity?
Yeah, no activity.
Did you have to do like any kind of
PT?
Like PT or anything?
I did a lot of PT. That was probably the worst part.
Really?
They made me go to all the visits. I had to go see Cairo. I had to do PT. I had to do all that.
Was there anything like in specific that was hurting you, like your back or your neck or?
Yeah. So my back, I got whiplash, like my back, my neck, and then my left ankle. So somebody ran a red light and T-boned me and hit my left side. and I flew like 25 feet.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
so after that, I was kind of messed up.
I'm glad you're good now.
Yeah, I mean, I got lucky. I didn't have to get any surgeries or anything like that. So I did get pretty lucky, but
yeah,
given the circumstances.
for sure, for sure. Okay, so that happened, and you're out for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're what, 2023?
Yep.
20-ish, something like that. Okay, so 2023 happens, and someone hit you up, or
Yeah,
like
my cousin Matt.
Matt.
Yeah, I grew up playing tennis with him like as a little kid. Like our dads would play tennis together. And he started playing. He was like, it's like a fun social sport. Everybody's playing pickleball. You should try it. But back then, like, if you ask a lot of tennis players, they always talk bad about
the bag on
pickleball.
it.
Like,
For sure.
I was the same exact way. I'm like, who plays this silly sport, dude? Like, this is so stupid. Why are you guys playing that? But and then fast forward to now, and now I'm playing it professionally.
That's good. Hey, shout out to Matt though, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to
to Matt.
Do you still play with him, or
every now and then he kind of stopped playing a little bit, but I don't want to make him feel too bad because I beat him all the time.
Well, Matt, thank you again for
for
encouraging him to play. But
now all this happened.
Yeah. So Matt tells you to play. You guys go to EVC?
Fremont.
Oh, Fremont.
Yeah.
Shoot, we were just talking about this last week. It's not the lake, right? It's the other one.
No, it's the other one. Something tennis center.
Okay. Well, either way, you go to Fremont. You play there. You're like, cool.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to say this, but I was better than him and all of his friends the first time I ever played, right? So I'm like, oh, this is kind of easy. Like, I like this sport. And it's like, it definitely is very social. It's fun.
Yeah.
You know? And it's funny because like I actually grew up playing tennis tournaments as a kid at that place.
The same center.
Where we played at. And I was like, okay, this is super fun. Like, I like this. And then I started going to EVC because it's a little bit closer to home.
Right.
And there were a lot of mutuals that I knew, like Huey was there, and there was a couple other people at EVC. So I started playing over there.
Was that like a consistent thing? You were playing pretty frequently?
Yeah. So during this time, I was working at Vex. So I was a mechanic at the time. And I had a little bit more free time then, so I would go after work every day and play with the same usual crowd. But yeah, I was pretty much playing maybe like 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay. And then, so now you're playing here. I'm assuming you're starting to get, since your background in tennis is coming into play here, you're starting to get a lot of traction. You're starting to get your rhythm down, and I'm assuming you start playing the higher level people over there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then does that attract any attention, or what happens there?
I mean, that was honestly just for fun. Like, I didn't take it seriously at all. I just enjoyed playing pickleball. So when I started going over there, we would just play with the same crowd, like Chin and like all the other guys, all the higher level guys at EVC. But no like intention of like, oh, I'm gonna try and play tournaments or anything like that. Like I said, everything from tennis transitioned over. So when I was playing at EVC, I was still driving everything, like no dinking, no drops, no nothing. Like,
yeah, just full blown.
Yeah. And when did it start?
When did it start?
Like you going to like a higher level of play and like starting like your first tournament.
So after playing at EVC for about like maybe 5 months, I got invited to go play at Yellowstone, and which is where all these, high level guys are. And I had no idea. Like, they were just telling me, hey, you want to go play at Yellowstone? The crazy part is when I first get to Yellowstone, this is the very first place I touched a tennis racket. This is where my dad and his friends used to play.
No way.
I swear. So
full
it was like,
freaking circle.
Dude, like, it still blows my mind to this day because I pulled up and I'm like, no way. I haven't been here in like 15 years.
Dang.
Like, it's crazy. So I go there and they have pickleball courts, and they're not the nicest courts. They're still the same tennis courts as back then, but they just have overlays on them.
Mm-hmm.
You got to bring your own net and all that. But when I started playing over there, I met all these guys, Quan Do, Steven, Eddie, all these, 5'5",
high levels,
like
Bay Area high level, yeah.
When I first started, my first day there, I started on like the JV side. So they have 2 sides. It's like a JV and a varsity side.
Yeah.
So I started on the JV side. And then my very first day, Long, the guy that pretty much runs the pickleball over there, he invited me to go play on their side just to try it out because I kept looking over there. I'm like, these guys are hella good, you know, like how are they so good? He invited me to go play over there, and like I got killed, like smashed,
Like
and,
bageled?
Yeah, like bageled,
Who
bro.
were you playing against?
I think the very first time I played there, it was against Quan and Eddie.
Oh.
Yeah, and I think I was playing with Steven. And, dude, like, that was the first time I've ever experienced, like, high-level pickleball, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I gotta have it.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I gotta have it, but at that time, after that day, like, I thanked him. Like, we were done, I thanked him and all that. I didn't show up for 2 months. because I was like, oh, these guys are hella
You're like, what?
Like, I can't keep up with these guys, you know? Like, this is, I don't want to, I felt bad because you know, like, sometimes when you play and there's, like, lower people on your court, and it's just not fun, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not fun for you, it's not fun for them, because nobody's really getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. I didn't want to bring them down, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't show up for 2 months, and I went back to EVC, started playing with all these guys, and like watching all these YouTube videos of like Ben Johns and stuff. You know,
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's one of those like, kind of like an aha moment where you're like, all right, this is where I can get to. I need that kick in the ass to like show me what's up. Kind of like humble you a little bit, right? Like,
no, yeah, for sure.
Humble-
It for sure humbled me.
yeah, humble
'Cause-
you a little bit. Now you know what work you need to put in to get to that level, right?
Yeah, I thought I was hella good when I was playing at EVC. Dude, I swear. Like
you thought you're the top dog.
Yeah,
huh?
I thought I was. I was like, dude, I'm easily the best person in San Jose, bro.
San Jose. I'm San Jose. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So you're at Yellowstone. All right. You're playing. You started off at JV. Now you're doing big boy stuff, varsity stuff.
Trying.
What? How did you end up in a tournament in Vietnam?
So, like I said, that was my third tournament ever.
Third tournament ever.
Yeah, it was. I was originally going to Asia for a wedding in Thailand, right? And
Oh, so you were already going.
yeah, I was already
Oh.
gonna go to Asia,
Okay.
but I had no intention of playing the tournament. I
Mhm.
didn't know about it. I saw my partner Quan posted on Instagram, and I was kind of just joking around with him. I was like, "I'll go with you. I'll go play the tournament with you." And he's like, "Okay, let's go." And then I like a couple days went by. I was like, "Damn, should I go?" So I ended up going a month early to Vietnam
Uh-huh.
and playing that tournament with him. Yeah.
That's so crazy. Like it wasn't even planned. Like
Nah.
you didn't put it on your calendar like 4 months ago. Like
Mm-mm.
it was just, hey, I'm gonna be in Asia.
And did you guys play together before?
We've never played a tournament together.
What?
That was
You
our
played
first
with him
tournament.
before,
I've
though.
played with him like
Yeah.
rec games,
Yeah.
but I've never played a tournament with him.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys play at a higher level that when you like both locked in?
Dude, yeah, I've never played so well. Like that was
You guys
the-
compliment
that-
each other.
Yeah, that was the best I've ever played in Vietnam. Like, it was crazy.
Did you guys? I'm assuming you guys got some practice in right before
A little bit. Like, we just played whenever we could here, just some rec games. But like, it's kind of weird. That's the main difference with tennis and pickleball. Like the rec games you don't feel as much pressure, right? When you get into the tournament, it's like, oh wow, like this is a lot.
It's on.
Especially because in Vietnam, so the two tournaments I played here in America, in California,
Yeah.
they were like, small tournaments, local tournaments,
Mhm.
whatever. I was expecting the same in Vietnam.
Like same outcome of people and whatnot.
I show up and there's like 150 people in the stands, bro, and they're streaming it on live television in Vietnam, and I'm like, dude, what is this? Like, this is crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, that was definitely
What city was it in?
Ho Chi Minh.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
And then did you only play like Vietnamese people or like was
No,
there like
so-
international?
The first, it was people from all over. There's people from America, India, Australia, Denmark, like,
So people
all-
traveled for this.
all over the place, dude. I didn't know it was gonna be like the biggest pickleball tournament in Asia, in Southeast Asia.
Dang.
Yeah,
You
I
just
had no
showed up.
Bro, I had
Hey.
zero idea.
And the rating you played at, was that the highest?
Yeah, that was a pro level.
So you played at the highest level.
Yeah,
In the highest pickleball event in Southeast Asia. And you had no idea.
not at all. Even when I got to Vietnam, I didn't know. Like, I had no idea. I had no expectation of anything. Like, I had boys from New York, in Vietnam that happened to be there at the same time.
You're like,
I was
show up.
partying there every single day. I kid you not. You can ask them. I was partying every day. Like the day before our first round match, we were supposed to play the number 1 seeds, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, my boys want to go have dinner or whatever. Dinner turned out into going to the club. I didn't get home till like 2:00 in the morning, and I remember before leaving the house, Quan was telling me, he's like, "Don't stay out too late, okay?" I was like, "Okay, don't worry." Show up. I was pretty hungover the next day.
Yeah.
But you made it happen though.
Dude.
You made it happen.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
Yeah, so I mean, we played the number 1 seed first round.
Very first round.
Yeah, very first round that we played
was
was against the number 1 seed, and it was these 2 guys from India, and they actually won the previous tournament that was held by Power.
Over the same place?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it was in India.
Oh, in India. Okay.
Yeah, so same like
Format?
host.
Oh,
I
same
guess.
host.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they won the last one, and we played them first round, and we ended up beating them. That was a really crazy experience
Dang.
because everybody started coming up to us after that because nobody knew who I was.
Yeah.
Like they were like, who the hell is this little kid playing with Quan Do? Quan's
He's well known out there.
over there from tennis, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of the guys know him, but they're like, who's your partner? Like, whatever. And then we beat them, and everybody started coming up to us. And they were like, dude, you guys just had the biggest upset of the tournament.
Dang. Yeah. That's crazy. I like that it's like how it all happened. Like you're not just this moment, but like your entire career or your entire pickleball journey so far. Mm-hmm. It's like, cool, playing tennis, something unfortunate happened, got in an accident, took a break, and then, hey, let's play pickleball. Let's check it out. And then boom, check it out.
Yeah.
Start messing around. You get invited to Yellowstone.
Yep.
Right? Get humbled real quick.
Yep.
Take a break for a few months. Come back. Start playing with them again. You know, work on your game. Get better.
Mm-hmm.
You just happen to be going to Thailand. Right?
Yeah.
Thailand, right?
Yeah.
For a wedding or whatever. Yep. And then Quan has a post. Didn't even ask you. He just posted it.
Yeah, he just posted it.
Didn't even ask you, which is the crazy thing. Didn't even ask you. Just posted it. And you're like, I'm down.
Yep.
And then you win the whole thing. And then now you have a scout in Vietnam hitting you up, wanting you to play professionally over there. Mm-hmm. Like, what's going through your mind at that point?
I didn't think it was real. I was like, there's no way these guys want me to move to Vietnam. And even when they did offer it to me, I was like, why? I didn't see myself living across the world, playing pickleball, right? But it kind of like, as soon as I got the offer from Sypic, the paddle company that's sponsoring me, they gave me an offer, and they were like, hey, we would love for you to come out here and play pickleball with us. And I kind of let it marinate throughout my trip in Asia. And
how long did you wait?
I waited about probably like 2 weeks.
Oh, dang. So you sat on it.
I sat on it because I had a job lined up. I quit my job before I left to Asia. I had another job lined up for when I got back, and I had everything set already. And then that came up, and I'm like, okay, and now I have this, like this could be a crazy experience. I mean, it's a crazy opportunity.
For
I never would have expected it. But yeah, I mean, I let it marinate a little bit, thought about it. I'm like, bro, I'm 20 at the time, 24 years old. Like, when am I ever gonna get this opportunity again, right?
Yeah.
So I was like,
exactly what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, I guess I just got to take it.
Yeah.
And what's like the contract like with what's your paddle company?
It's called Sypic.
Sypic?
Yeah.
Like,
so
how's like their paddles, and like what's like, what are they giving you?
So the paddle's solid. Like I actually really like it. I've been playing with it for a little over a month now. I signed a 1-year contract with them. So they're going to take care of me. They're going to pay for like tournament expenses and stuff like that over there. So I'm basically living in Vietnam to play tournaments, like pickleball tournaments.
Dang.
Yeah, so I just wake up, pickleball, sleep, wake up, pickleball, sleep.
Life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That is pretty cool to have that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And then when do you leave?
March 3rd. So a little less than 2 weeks now, I think.
Dang. What do you pack? Like,
but I just packed all my clothes. That's pretty much all I want to bring with me, right? I mean, It's Vietnam. You can find anything over there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pick up the language?
Yeah, so I started downloading some apps like Duolingo and stuff like that. So I'm trying to learn a little bit.
Do you speak any other languages?
I speak Lao.
You speak Lao?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you know this, but is the structure the same? Like the syntax?
Not really.
Okay.
No,
So
not really.
it's going to be completely different for you then.
Nah, yeah.
Because you know how, like, a lot of Asian languages, if you know one of them, like, it's a little bit easier to pick up another
Yeah.
one, usually. I
Mhm.
was just wondering if that was the case.
Like, I feel like the accent, the accent is a little similar,
Yeah.
but not to the point where it's like, oh, yeah, I can
It's
pick
gonna-
this up pretty easily.
Okay.
Luckily, I mean, growing up in San Jose, I grew up around a lot of Vietnamese people.
Yeah.
So obviously, I know all the bad words.
Shout out Huey.
Oh,
Shout out Huey.
Yeah, but I can, from what my friends tell me, they say I have pretty good accent so far.
Okay. Huey, what should he know going into Vietnam on day one? Like, what words should he or phrases should he know?
Man, there's so many. But I would just start with like thank you, come on.
Come on.
Come
Yeah.
on.
You know
Xin
that-
Chao.
Yeah, Xin Chao. He already
Xin
knows
Chao,
like a
what's
few.
that?
Hello.
Is hello,
Oh, okay.
basically.
Okay.
I think it's gonna take a while for like the honorifics. Do you know like honorifics? Like it's like basically like you have your auntie.
Oh,
like, you
Oh.
know your
yeah,
auntie.
Go,
Yeah.
G,
Oh,
M.
Damn, he already got it.
All I
What
gotta
the
know
heck?
is M's out there. Bro. That's all I gotta know.
He's ready. That's okay. Okay. So you got it. Well, how do you say where's the bathroom?
Oh,
Dude.
toilet.
Toilet.
That's all you gotta say. Over
All
there.
right.
Hey, you got any like pickup lines?
Oh shoot. Nah.
Someone's been telling you anything, or
Nah, they just been. I don't know if I can say this on a podcast.
We'll keep it at that. We'll keep it at
Okay.
that. We'll keep it at that. All right. So March 3rd,
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks. Packing your clothes,
Yep.
bringing your Sypic
Mm-hmm.
paddle. Can you buy that here? Not yet.
They actually just started selling it. They only have a distributor in Texas right now.
Okay.
But you can order it from Texas.
Okay. So to our listeners,
Yep.
be on the lookout for Sypic
It's a
paddles.
solid paddle.
Is it more of a power or a control paddle?
A little bit more of a power paddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know
Has
a lot of
pop.
what was that?
It has a lot of pop.
A lot of pop. Okay. I know a lot of or our podcast last week, a lot of people were trying to transition to a power paddle.
yeah,
Mhm.
So
we can check it out.
then we can check it out. So Sypic. So you're bringing your paddle, bringing your clothes. Are you starting like some social media? I know you already have an Instagram. We'll link that later. But you gonna start vlogging your journey? Like, what's your plan?
Yeah, that's the goal. I want to kind of just document like my whole experience out there.
Yeah.
Pretty much for me, like moving there, I don't know the language, I don't know the culture too much, but I want to kind of document like the whole journey of learning all of that throughout the time that I'm
Man.
there. You know.
What a journey.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned, man. Are you? So you're there. So you leave March 3rd. Are you gonna be coming back for like the holidays, or like do you have any idea on what that's gonna look like?
I have nothing planned right now.
Yeah.
Possibly in like December
Yeah. Like
sometime.
Christmas time.
Yeah, I would like to come back, you know, like during the summer just to hang out and
Yeah.
whatnot. But as of now, nothing really
planned yet.
planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I was gonna ask. So you go over there and you're doing your thing. Where are you gonna be staying at? Are you gonna be staying in one city? You're gonna be traveling a lot? Because it sounds like there's a lot of opportunity for marketing, right? For
Yeah.
you, right? So
Yeah. So right now, I actually just locked in my apartment in Ho Chi Minh. Shout out to my partner Yang over there. So he just locked in an apartment for me.
nice.
So I got that all set up, and but they have tournaments pretty much in Vietnam. Pickleball is getting so big right now over there. You know, they're building.
I see it
courts.
everywhere.
They're building courts everywhere. They have tournaments. I kid you not, every weekend.
Wow.
So it's pretty crazy, and it's all over Vietnam. You know, in Da Nang, Hoi An, stuff like that. Places like that. So I'll be based in Ho Chi Minh, but I'll probably be traveling
all over the place.
And I think this year they're planning on having, you know, tournaments a lot more in like India, Malaysia, Taiwan, Thailand.
Oh, and
So
you'll be able to-
I'm planning on doing all those.
That makes
tournaments as
sense
well.
because they're hosting all the.
It's so close together.
Yeah, they're all right there.
Mm-hmm.
Dang,
Yeah. So I'm getting like a little Southeast Asia tour.
damn,
Yeah.
that's so sick. Huey, if you got the opportunity, would you take it?
Dude, we talked about this on the Olympic episode.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
Yeah, I would.
100%.
Yeah, I feel like anyone would.
Yeah,
For
If,
sure.
if you love the sport or you want to pursue your passion, this is where you go. And
Yeah.
he got it. So
dude.
ride that.
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations, man. That's like,
Thank you.
again, such a huge accomplishment. And the crazy part, you don't watch anime, right? Okay, you watch anime.
Yeah.
All right, so the best way I can relate this is Frieza. Okay, so Frieza, Dragon Ball Z, in the new Dragon Ball Super, there's a thing called Golden Frieza. So I don't know where I'm going with this, but the original Frieza was like the biggest boss in the game, and he had no training. He didn't train, he didn't do anything, and then he died, right? But he comes back in the next season of Dragon Ball Super, and he's like the strongest character ever. And all he did was he just started training.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel about you, because like no drilling, all it's been is literally rec play and tournaments and just playing nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're like actually going to be refining your skills, not that you haven't been, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now you're really going to be locking in and focusing and like using the 12 years of experience of training that you've had at your advantage, at your disposal, to help you even better your training regimen. Like, dude, the sky's a freaking limit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just so lucky and thankful to have you on here, you know, at the start of your journey. I mean, really, it's the start.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, a lot of people, they want to end up in the professional level. They want to end up here. But for you, it's literally just a start. And so thanks for being on. Thanks for sharing your story with us. Appreciate you. Is there anything you want to tell the audience or our listeners?
Play 12 years of tennis if you want to be good. I'm just kidding. I mean, you know, pickleball is such a fun sport for everybody. Just go out there, have fun. Play tournaments, even if, you know, that's not your main goal. You actually learn a lot from all of that, all right? But thankful for you guys to have me on here, too. I hope everybody follows along with not only my journey, but your guys' journey as well.
Appreciate
with,
you.
This podcast.
Yes,
and
sir.
Your pickleball career, too.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you. You got anything?
Oh, I was gonna ask him like, what's your favorite motto?
My favorite motto.
You got to coin something now that you're a pro.
Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe not this one. You could probably change it later, right?
Quote by Nick.
Yeah. Bye, Nick. I'm sure you could change it later, but what's something you want to just say right now?
What's
All
my
drives,
favorite motto?
no drops.
Yeah, basically.
All right, you heard it here. All drives, no drops.
No drops, no dinking.
My
only
boy,
drives.
my boy Nick. Thanks again, everyone, for listening. Dink or Swim, episode 24. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Later.